Our agenda today. First, we will cover common myths and frequently asked questions. We will discuss important factors like FAFSA, maintaining your full-time student status, choosing a program within your budget, and deferring your payments. Then we will discuss scholarship opportunities and how you can apply for them. Myths and frequently asked questions. Some students think that they cannot afford to go abroad. For the most part, this is a myth. Studying abroad can be affordable with careful planning. We recommend you get started fundraising for your program 1 year in advance. This gives you the best chance of getting scholarships to fill your funding gap, as many scholarship application cycles, including the Missouri State Foundation, operate 1 year in advance. Some students think they will lose their financial aid if they spend a semester off of Missouri State campus. This is a myth. Financial aid can usually travel with students, and students can maintain their full-time status if participating on an approved education abroad program. For more information on this, please contact the Office of Education Abroad. One of our most frequently asked questions is when the financial aid package is dispersed for the education abroad program. Typically, the financial aid package is dispersed during the second week of classes for the term you are going abroad. Education abroad college scholarships and any education abroad vouchers attached to MSU scholarships will also be applied to the student's account during this time. More information about scholarships will be shared later in this presentation. Important factors. You must maintain your full-time student status before, during, and after going abroad. This will ensure that there are no interruptions in the financial aid you receive. File your FAFSA every year on time to ensure no delays in aid disbursement. Observe the aid you have received over the last year in your My Missouri State to get an idea of the average amount you usually receive. Ask staff at the Office of Education Abroad to help you search for a program that falls into your price range. If you rely on financial aid to pay for your education abroad program, be sure to select an MSU faculty-directed program, an exchange, or a program provider that accepts our payment deferment form. We will talk more about this form later. This is an image of the Missouri State University cost of attendance for 1 year from 2023. The total cost is between $12,000 and $14,000 per semester, depending on the living situation and other factors. Therefore, if you rely completely on financial aid to pay for your program, we recommend selecting a program that fits your current cost of attendance budget, consulting with the financial aid office about your options, and being highly proactive in seeking extra funding to make up the difference in your funding gap. Try this exercise, either on paper or even just in your head. What is your cost of attendance each semester, including housing, food, and transportation? Add up your estimated expenses so you have a realistic picture. Consider which expenses you wouldn't maintain if you did study abroad for a semester, and consider which expenses you would still have to maintain. For example, housing. This is a cost sheet that is embedded into every online education abroad application. This cost sheet serves multiple functions. First, it's a budgeting tool. While a Missouri State faculty-led program might have a program fee of, let's say, $3,000, other costs are also incurred, such as tuition, plane tickets, and anything else that is not covered by the program fee. Therefore, this cost sheet calculates a total estimated cost for your time abroad. It is important to be as accurate as possible when completing this cost sheet. This is the payment deferment form. If you are going on a long-term program with an approved program provider and you will rely on your financial aid to pay your program fee, we recommend using the payment deferment form. This form should be filled out by the Missouri State Financial Aid Coordinator, who can list all the types of aid you are due to receive along with the amounts. Then any costs Missouri State will take out of that amount, such as at the outstanding balance on your student bill, are subtracted. The bottom total on this form is the amount of leftover aid that can be applied to your education abroad program. The total listed in the bottom field is important for you to know, as that is the amount for which the program provider will defer billing you. Any difference between that program fee and your aid total will still be billed according to the original fee schedule as set by the program provider and listed on their website. If this all sounds a little confusing to you, don't worry because we're getting ready to do an on-screen example. First, some important notes about this form. The payment deferment form only applies to participants going on long-term programs. The cost that is deferred with this form is deferred until your Missouri State aid refund goes into your account the term you are studying abroad. Since aid is always dispersed after the first week of classes each semester, you should plan to pay your program provider after the second week of Missouri State's semester. The student is responsible for submitting this form to their program provider contact. If the student does not submit this form to their program provider, their payments will not be deferred. The student is responsible for knowing when their aid gets refunded into their bank account and for arranging payment with their provider. The program providers that accept this form are listed on the first page of this form in bold. Please contact us with any questions you have about this form. It is important to note that the only person who can complete the payment deferment form on your behalf is the Missouri State Financial Aid Coordinator. They can do this through email or in person. We highly recommend that you get your cost sheet approved by Education Abroad as early as possible so that you can discuss all of this in an in-person meeting with the Missouri State Financial Aid Coordinator. The Missouri State University Financial Aid Coordinator books up quickly and can only meet with students who have their cost sheets approved by the Office of Education Abroad. Now we will talk about how to use the cost sheet and the payment deferment form. On the left side of the slide, we see my cost sheet to a semester-long USAC program in Costa Rica. USAC is a program provider that we work with. You can learn more about them on our website. The program fee of $9,980 will be billed to me separately by USAC. Now let's look at the part of the cost sheet highlighted in yellow. Every student studying abroad will see an uneditable International Programs Academic Experience fee determined by the length of your program. $300 will be billed to my Missouri State student account for my semester abroad. My payment deferment form is on the right side of the slide. As indicated with an arrow, $300 will be deducted from the amount of aid that I can use to pay my program fee. This means that I can postpone making payments on my program fee of $9,980 until I receive my aid package for the term I'm going abroad. According to my payment deferment form, I will be receiving $10,133 of financial aid refunded to my bank account for the fall semester. As we can see, my program fee is listed at $9,980. That means my incoming aid will just barely cover my program fee, but not any extra expenses such as airfare and housing. After I submit my financial aid verification form to USAC, USAC will not bill me until February 4th, 2025. It is important to note that if the aid I was set to receive was less than my program fee, I would need to ensure that I can pay the difference up front by setting up a payment plan with USAC. If your overall total on your cost sheet is higher than the total aid you have listed on your form, this means that you need to find other ways to pay your expenses while abroad, apply for more scholarships, or seek extra financial aid. The only way your aid package can be adjusted for your Education Abroad program is if you meet personally with the financial aid coordinator with an approved Education Abroad cost sheet on file. What's in a program fee? All program fees are not created equal. Every program fee includes something different. Please pay careful attention to the inclusions of your program fee. Does it include housing, food, excursions, airport pickup, a Missouri State University faculty member? While seeing a high price tag on a program can be alarming, there is a chance that it can include extra benefits. Filling out your program's cost sheet and your Missouri State Education Abroad application will assist you in understanding your program's fees and inclusions. Education Abroad is always happy to assist you in finding this information if you need it. Now we will discuss scholarships for education abroad. First, it's important to know that you might already have a Missouri State scholarship that has an education abroad voucher attached. These scholarships are the Board of Governors, the Provost, the Deans, and the Inclusive Excellence Scholarship. As of 2024, most of these vouchers are equal to $1,000 towards your education abroad program. For some Missouri State scholarships, there are stipulations for what the students can use the funding for. Therefore, it is important to discuss your plans to study abroad with financial aid so they can give you the proper guidance. Education Abroad College Scholarships. The Office of Education Abroad is proud to partner with the respective colleges of Missouri State to offer departmental Education Abroad college scholarships each semester. The scholarship application is available to participants going on an approved Education Abroad program for the same term of the scholarship they are applying for. For example, if you are going on a Spring 2025 program, you can only apply for the Spring 2025 Education Abroad College Scholarship. If you plan to join a Missouri State faculty-directed program, please pay special attention to the official term the program is listed in. Sometimes this is not intuitive. This information can always be found on your Education Abroad program applications, but if you have any questions about this, please contact the Office of Education Abroad. Students only need to submit one college scholarship application to our office, and we will ensure that you are applying for funding through every college you would be eligible to receive funding from, including your major, minor, or the college of the faculty leading the program. The Missouri State Foundation has several scholarships that can be applied for education abroad programs. To find foundation scholarships that can be used to study abroad, type Education Abroad in the search bar on the MSU Foundation Scholarships page. We recommend that every student applies for the MSU Foundation Scholarships every year before the Foundation Scholarship deadline. Currently, the Missouri State Foundation Scholarship application deadline is set to April 1st. It is important to note that the Missouri State Foundation scholarships operate one full cycle in advance. Therefore, if you plan to apply for an Education Abroad Foundation scholarship from the Missouri State Foundation, it is important to start one full year in advance so that you can apply for that scholarship. External scholarships. The Office of Education Abroad encourages our students to apply for as many scholarships as possible to help offset the financial cost of studying abroad. One such option for Pell-eligible students is the Benjamin A. Gilman International Scholarship. We will discuss this scholarship opportunity at length later in the presentation. Some Education Abroad students are eligible to apply for the Boren Award, and students traveling to Asian countries might be eligible to apply for the Freeman Asia Fund for Education Abroad. Additionally, the Fund for Education Abroad provides funding for study abroad participants demonstrating financial need. If you are interested in going on a program with an affiliate partner, each of those organizations also has its own scholarship opportunities available to students. These are usually made available upon acceptance to the program. Please go to the Financial Considerations and Scholarships page of our website for more information and links to find these scholarship opportunities. Now we will discuss the U.S. Department of State's Benjamin A. Gilman International Scholarship. The Gilman Scholarship enables students of limited financial means to study or intern abroad. To be eligible for the Gilman program, applicants must be receiving a federal Pell Grant during the time of application or provide proof that they will be receiving it during the time of their study abroad. Eligible applicants can also apply for the Gilman Critical Need Language Award if they are studying, among other languages, Chinese, Hebrew, Japanese, Korean, or Portuguese. For the full list of eligible languages, please visit the Gilman Critical Need Language webpage. If you are awarded the Critical Need Language Award, this could be an additional $3,000 to pay for your study abroad program. Additionally, the U.S. Department of State's Gilman McCain Scholarship provides awards of $5,000 for undergraduate child and spousal dependents of active or activated United States military personnel during the time of application. The Gilman McCain Scholarship is open to eligible students enrolled at accredited U.S. colleges and universities who receive any type of Title IV federal financial aid. To be eligible to apply for the Gilman, you must be a U.S. citizen or national. You must be an undergraduate student at an accredited U.S. institution. You must be a federal Pell Grant recipient. You must be attempting to enroll in a credit-bearing education abroad program. You must be going to a country or an area with an overall travel advisory level of 1 or 2. Currently, there is no minimum length requirement for a study abroad program to be eligible to apply for the Gilman. That means even if you're only going abroad for 1 week, if you meet the other eligibility requirements, you can still apply for the Gilman Scholarship. While the Gilman application is fairly straightforward, it does include 3 extensive essays. Therefore, it is important to get started early on your Gilman application. One important thing to note is that there are 2 Gilman cycles each academic year. One deadline is usually the first Thursday in October, and the other deadline is usually the first Thursday in March. The Office of Education Abroad recommends you mark these dates on your calendar and plan to spend a few days or weeks writing and editing your essays. Additionally, we have a Gilman essay guide posted on our website to assist in the writing process. If you plan to apply for the Gilman, please be on the lookout for the Office of Education Abroad's Gilman application video, where we discuss the specifics of the program and the essays. This concludes our video for how you can afford to study abroad with careful planning. Please go to our website for more information about everything that was discussed in this video. There you can also see and print the Gilman essay guides. You can watch our Getting Started video to start exploring programs. You can set up an advising appointment, and you can search for programs. You can also follow us on Instagram at MoStateAbroad to get frequent and fun updates from our office.